Callaway are one of the most well-known golf brands in the golf world today. They've had so many decent players over the years signed up onto their books, and you can see why. They've just released some new irons which I'm going to talk to you about, and I'm sure it's going to grab your attention. So let's get stuck in. This is Nick Does Golf. Hey golfers, and welcome back to another video here on my channel Nick Does Golf. Great to have you here for this one. Today we are talking all things Callaway and the new irons that they have brought out for 2021. Oh yeah, and before I forget, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't done so already. So Callaway have decided to advance and develop their Apex range of irons which they have created for many years. Now if you didn't know, these irons were the ones that created the forged distance category for irons in the first place. So as you can imagine, it's probably very difficult to beat and try and develop this sort of technology. The forged irons were originally designed for people that are very serious golfers and they play to a decent level. However, Callaway have gone the distance to make sure that it can cater for every single ability that there is. And I've got to say, they've done the trick for me. These are the current irons that I have had for probably about 5-6 years now. These are the Callaway Apex Pro Irons 2015 edition. For me, these irons have been the best irons that I have ever had because they're just so forgiving, especially off miss hits, but also in terms of strike as well. Once you get that ball out the middle, the strike is good, the distance is bang on, and the preciseness of the shot as well is just second to none. So for me, they are excellent golf clubs. So what have they done for 2021? Well, as most manufacturers do, they bring out a whole host of different versions of that club. So Callaway have got about 5 different versions here. They've got Apex 21, Apex Pro, they've got Apex DCBs, Apex TCBs, and their Apex MBs. So basically they've used the whole alphabet. However, a new feature which they've brought out is they've brought an Apex Mix combo set out, which is certainly going to help a hell of a lot of players for their different abilities. Whether it is ball striking, whether it's feel, playability, workability of that golf ball, Callaway have certainly got that catered for this year. So if we start with the new Apex 21s which they've brought out, they are saying that they are going to increase forgiveness because of that tungsten core at the back of the golf club, which is going to help with turf interaction when your iron goes into the ground after you've hopefully struck the ball first. Moving on to the Apex Pro 21s, these are pretty much aimed at scratch golfers or single figure handicap golfers, and obviously pros as well, if they want to increase their speed and the forgiveness of their golf club when they are performing. And I must say, looking at the photographs here, they look very tasty. Even the one where you're looking over the ball at the club head behind the ball, it just looks very inviting, and it looks like you're never ever going to hit any miss hits. Obviously that's not going to happen, but if you've got that initial confidence of the golf club in the first place, that's going to hold you in good stead. The Apex DCBs are the next ones we're going to look at. Now I think these are designed for probably the masses. Now these are going to deliver the looks, the feel, and obviously the performance of a forged player and the club. But it's going to also have that deep cavity back in the back of the iron, which is going to obviously give you that forgiveness when you need it for, say, off-centre strikes, difficult lies, etc. And again, looking at the photos, whether it's behind, actually at the club face, or looking over the top of the club, they don't actually look any different to the more forged ones, say the Apex 21s or the Pros. So I think this design is going to certainly help a hell of a lot of golfers out. And finally, we've got the Apex TCBs and MB irons. Now these are specifically designed for tour players and elite golfers as well. So this might be something that I might venture into when I go for my custom fit. However, I do like a little bit more forgiveness at the back of the club just to help me get out of trouble, whether it's thick rough, fairway bunkers, and other things like that. There is a slight cavity back, but it looks really compact. It looks really nice, judging by the photographs. And it may be something that I might venture into. So they are the different ranges of the Apex clubs that Callaway are doing. However, this year they are doing it slightly different, and they are offering the chance to mix up your set, designed on obviously your ability and preference of the golf clubs that you need. Optimum performance is essential, and this is what every single person wants. So for example, they have got a mixed combination set of the Apex 21s and Apex Pros. So for example, the longer clubs, they might go for more forgiveness so that they can obviously be easier to hit and you can get a better strike on them. Whereas for the lower clubs, you might go for something that is a little bit less more forgiving because it is technically an easier shot because it is closer. They are going to be mixing up both of those sets, which is a great idea. They've also got a sweet spot combination between the Apex 21s and the Apex DCB irons. Now the DCBs are going to be used for the 4, 5, 6 iron, for example, just to give that extra bit of forgiveness, as well as the Apex 21s, which are going to be obviously for the lower clubs, which are going to be close to the green. This is so it can create an optimum blend of distance and forgiveness. And the final combination set is called the triple play, and this is where the Apex DCBs, Apex 21s and Apex Pros are all combined into that set, so you can benefit from what the family of Apex irons has to offer. You can reap the rewards of all the technology that the Apex range has to offer, so whether it is forgiveness, ball striking and distant control as well, this combination has got you covered. So this year, Callaway have gone even further to help as many people as possible improve their games, as well as advancing the technology that they currently have. I am certainly going to be taking Callaway very, very seriously and certainly going to be considering whether to put these pieces of equipment into my golf bag. So I hope you found this video very insightful, and it's going to certainly help you to decide on what irons you are going to be getting next. If you have, hit the like button, ding, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. I think Callaway are going to go from strength to strength and they're going to become even more popular. Like I said at the top of the video, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down below. I'd really appreciate the support. There's going to be plenty more videos like this coming your way. Along with that, make sure you follow my social media platforms. My name is @NickDoesGolf on Instagram, Twitter and TikTok, so you can keep up to date with everything that I'm doing. So that is the end of the video. Thanks very much for watching and see you all on the next one.